Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakwadash. I want to give up my honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this 100% truth according to the spirits to be Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out there, portion this word through the four corners of the earth in truth and sincerity. Peace and blessing out there to the hopeful believers out there, which are also part of the elect to Yahweh say Shalom. Here once again on a Thursday night to the parents for the Yahweh Bashmal Shai. I'm joined here today again with the brother Gadal.
Shalom.
And we just want to go into, a little prophecy, a prophecy update, taking the things that's happening in the world and matching them with the scriptures, and as you see recently, you got this, the full name of it is the hantavirus, right? The hantavirus, which recently has been speculating majorly. It was a cruise pretty much, and you had certain individuals that got off early. 3 died from the virus so far. 2 of them in Texas, and there's a lot of things. And as you see, what's happening is, as a matter of fact, let me get this real quick. And if you got a precept, you can let me know. Stress of nations. Let me get this real quick in Luke. Right? Because what you see happening is the Lord right now is using, because the Lord's controlling the full show. What you see what's happening is the Lord is using Esau to pretty much put pressure on the cattle on all sides, because the main thing that I've seen people when they were reacting to this hantavirus, they're not, Esau's been sloppy lately. He's been sloppy. Scripture said he has set him in slippery places. So Esau, the particular things he's doing, he's been being sloppy, and everybody instantly noticed when they seen the hantavirus. It instantly, they was like, man, it's probably gonna be like another Crown Vic, Crown Vic 19. You see, but the main thing that they've been worried about is, please get this under control. Please don't let it get worse. Please, because we don't want to go into another lockdown. So this is on top, LD 2.0. This is on top of the war that's going on in Iran, because people are already suffering from the aspect of the supply chain being affected greatly. The oil prices are skyrocketing, they're going up, which is going to result in the food prices going up in the day-to-day life, especially of Jake, because that's who Jacob Trouble's for. Is for Jake gonna be really affected by the war going on in Iran. They're gonna be really affected by it, because Jake, they're the ones that's in the middle class and the low class. Esau's not in that. Esau, he has enough money to kind of get through what's going on, but Jake not gonna be able to sustain that, really, man. And then on top of that too, just to add on to it, then you have AI taking people's jobs. So it's a lot of pull on the emotions and the minds of the people right now, and it's kind of backing them into a corner, right? So I'm gonna pull this real quick in Luke 21, and I'm gonna get a couple words, and we're gonna get a couple more precepts, and we're gonna talk about this hantavirus, right? So this is Luke 21 and 25. It says, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars," which we've been seeing. Blood moon, pink moons. You see? All these particular signs in the heavens to let us know what times we're in. Right? And it says, "And upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves of roaring, and the seas the seas and the waves roaring," right? So when you go into this word, because that you see the perplexity of people. When you go into this word perplexity, I think it's the word perplexity. Let me see, perplex. Right? So when you get that word perplex, right? This is the root. I'm going to play it.
Strong's G 639. Apareo. Apareo.
Right? It says apareo, and it says one of the definitions says to be without resources, to be in straits. You see, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn. And that's what's happening to these people. They're perplexed. They're being put in position where they're going to lose resources, lose access to certain things. You know, you already got the Strait of Hormuz being closed up, and recently Trump just they're right now Trump they're firing at Iran. You know, they're exchanging fire, and it was supposed to be a ceasefire. So that's letting you know that that's not going nowhere. That's not going nowhere no time soon. You see, that's not going to that's not dying down, right? So let me get more into definition, because it says likened unto cattle. Let me see. Because it's either in perplex or perplexed. So like, bear with me, because it's been difficult, but it's going to speak about cattle. Perplexity. Is it distress? I think it's distress. Yep. So it's the word distress. So it said perplexed, and we said what? To be out without resources. To be to be without resources, you see. Right? To be needing something. So that's one thing these people are experiencing right now. You see, and it's just going to continue to amplify, because pursuing to Matthew 24, what did Yahweh Shah say? The love of many shall wax cold. And we're seeing the particular events transpire upon the earth, prophecy, which is going to lead to the love of people waxing cold. I mean, niggas will act funny over money and change. How much more they going to act funny when the food get low? Food get low, you know, that's going to make their pockets thinner, because food going to be more expensive because of hyperinflation. And now you have the dawning thought that we might be locked back up in our houses, because people want to be outside. They want to live their life. They want to live it up. You got to remember, these niggas in the spirit of YOLO. So they want to live it up. And any time that they have to do it, they going to do so, to exercise and fulfill the lust of the flesh. And anytime they feel like that's being stripped away, it's hard for them to bear that, you see. So I'm going to read this word real quick. This is distress. Right, it's sunkicho, I'm play a thing.
Strong's G 4912. Sunecho. Sunecho.
Yeah, well, sunecho, right, and it says to hold together. Right, it says holding together with constraint or to compress. You see, and that's what's being done. The people are being compressed because of all this. Because we seeing all this stuff going on. We excited through the parents for the Yahweh Bashim Abishai, because we know this is the Lord mighty hand working upon the earth to fulfill prophecy and eventually get us to Jacob troubles in the kingdom of heaven. Because that's where we want to go. You know, Scripture liken us to a pilgrim. That's the definition of a pilgrim, traveling to a holy place. That's where we trying to go. But he's now for the rest of the nation of Israel, the non-hopeful elect, they're trying to dwell here, right? And what's experiencing is what? The holding together with constraint to compress. That's what they feeling. They feeling the pressure from these particular things transpiring upon the earth to press together with hand, right? And then when you jump down, subsection 3, it says of a cattle squeeze, that pushing in on each side, forcing the beast into a position where it cannot move so the farmer can administer medication. You see, and that's what's happening. Because what is when you look at the Freemasonry, right? When you look at their slogan, it's order ab chaos, order out of chaos. So they're bringing all this chaos, this confusion, this distress, you know, perplexity of mind of the people, right? Which is that cattle squeeze, and he's going to administer the medications. He's going to administer the solution to it all, and we already know what's going to be the solution to it all. You're going to be happy having nothing. The solution is going to be taking the C-hip, you know, taking the C hip, the MOTB. That's going to be the solution to the problem that Esau is building up upon the planet Earth. You see, that's the solution he's going to try to. It's going to be. They're going to be given. Even though they already been given a solution to the past for the Yahweh Bashmau Shai, but they'd rather choose the solution of Esau. But you got it all.
Okay. This is got Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 25. It says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Just going to what you was talking about as far as, Jake, how they're looking for peace, but ultimately destruction is going to come. Right? Ultimately things are not going to get better. If anything, it's going to get worse. Because, that's pretty much prophecy. It's prophecy for this place to fall. Now, the process of it, we don't understand the exact details how the Lord's going to do it. But we got the generalization of like, Lord's going to bring this place down some way, somehow. He's setting up all these dominoes, and he's getting ready to knock them all over. With the MOTB being pretty much the cherry on top. But things are going to continue to get worse, as far as even with the, water. Because water is contaminated. Right, because they got to keep AI. They got to keep AI going, so they got to dump all this water, and we're running out of water. Water crisis. This is what I meant to say. It's a water crisis now, right? Then you still got the, like you said, with the Iran and U.S. situation. They still going back and forth, right? And now you got this, which we're finna go into this whole, the virus or whatever, right? That Bill Gates just literally said like not too long ago, maybe like a year ago. He said, if the last one to get them get their attention, this one will. What this one you think he was talking about? This next pandemic they're gonna put out pretty much, man. Next virus.
Yep.
But yeah, you got it.
Now we're not saying that to be like, oh yeah, the hantavirus is it's gonna be like the Crown Vic, but it's practicing the same stages of it, right? So I wanted to pull this real quick because at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's the Lord sending the plagues upon this place. So I'm going to read this real quick. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. You see? So that's what's being happening. That's what's happening right now. In the midst of all these particular things, the Lord has his prophets out there to link these things to the scriptures. But our people are what? They're pulling the shoulder. They're neglecting the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures the Lord is trying to present to them, so they could really take on the aspect of being prudent and pretty much hiding themselves from the times to come. But they're not. Instead, they're trying to indulge more in their wicked acts, more into the flesh, as the priest read. They should sell peace and safety. So that's the mindset of these people: peace and safety, normalcy bias. They have the highest regard. Likely nothing bad to happen. And it's funny that they still had his mindset even after Crown Vic came. Even after Crown Vic came, people still had a mindset that it's a high regard, likely nothing bad would happen. Like, you should have, come on now. If he did it once, Esau gonna do it again. So I'm gonna jump down to verse 5. It says, behold, said the Lord Yahweh Bashmau Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what we see happening. You see? The hantavirus, whether, Esau can manipulate the numbers all he want. If he want to do it like the Crown Vic, whatever he want to do, it's going to fall in line with prophecy. But we do know, people scared. They don't want to experience a death from it. It's the Lord smiting this place with plagues, man, because of their wickedness. As a matter of fact, the next verse says, for the wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. You see, so the wickedness has exceedingly polluted earth. So the result from that is what? The Lord to send the plagues to take that kingdom out. Recently, I just did a video explaining how this place is spiritual Sodom. You know what I'm saying? It's worse than Sodom, actually. You read about that Revelation 11 and 8. You see, so these particular things, the Lord sent the plagues upon this place. So if you ain't got a precept, we'll read some of these articles and pull a couple more precepts, and we'd be out.
Well, we could continue on in this and then jump down to like 49.
You talking about saying that it's 15?
Yeah.
Okay. This is you want me to jump down to 49?
No. You read like keep going from where you left off, like what 6? You at 7 now?
Okay, yeah, this is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Exactly. So, like I said, the souls of the just complain continually unto Yahweh Shem Shai what's going on in the earth. And you can see that the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is moving. Right? Like I said in the beginning, man, I will not hold my tongue no more touching their wickedness. Right? It's to the points where Yahweh Shem Shai, he's getting fed up with it. And you see it because he's moving in the earth. And on top of that, time is moving even faster. Every day is getting faster and faster. Months are feeling like weeks. Weeks are feeling like days now.
Days are feeling like minutes. No,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how fast time is flying now, right? So you can clearly see that Yahweh Shem Shai is moving in the earth. We could jump down to verse 49.
Con, jumping down to, we're still in 2 Ezra 15. This is verse 49. It says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death.
Yep, I'm gonna get that word pestilence, because that's the reason why got it. It says this is pestilence. Pestilence is a deadly, rapid spreading epidemic disease, often synonymous with plague, such as the Black Death or widespread or fatal contagion, if I'm saying that right. In other words, that's letting it be known if the Lord sends pestilence, that's that's them diseases, right? Oh, the hantavirus, soon gonna have to get code word. It's just gonna be like the hanta or something like that.
Santa virus.
Right, the Santa virus.
Yeah, whatever.
Right? That's right there. That's a pestilence. That's of the Lord doing. Even though he put it in, this devil to probably create it, to do what it's, is gonna do, but like that's Lord sent pestilence upon this place. Man, that's it.
Con, all right, so we're gonna get a couple of these articles. I'll just be looking at it. I just looked at it. This a lot of them. It's like 37 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. But it's funny. I'm looking at one from 8 minutes ago. It says the Santa. We're gonna automatically say the code word. We already said that. It's a Santa virus. First, before I get to this, I wanted to pull this what the elder had pretty much sent in the chat. The elder Yashwamba here in Jim McDowell's, sent in the chat that going into the Santa virus, right? It's pretty interesting. He had put. It says the last Santa virus outbreak in America was in 1993, exactly 33 years ago. You just can't make this shit up, right? Because if you know about 33, what's 33? It's 3 plus 3 is 6. So like what we read about in Revelation 13, it says the number of the beast is the number of a man, and it's 603 score and 6. So it's what? It's 666. So that's one sign. Then on top of that too, who also practices 33, the Freemasonry. They got the 33 degrees. You see? So it's not a coincidence that these particular things line up to Esau and his Illuminati. They line up to Esau and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. It's not a coincidence, right? So they're going to do something with the Santa virus. Whether they want to make it, whether the Lord had to where they make it as a pandemic, or they just use it to just pull more on the minds of the people to make their mind more feeble to the point to where they're ready for that jump shot. I mean, not jump shot. They're ready for that the MOTB, the C-HIP, right? So I'm going to read this. This is a Forbes article. It says the Santa virus affected cruise ship. America not prepared for possible outbreak amid Trump-era cuts, expert says latest updates. That is not what it's saying the thing. But we're going to read a little bit of it. Let me see. I'm going to skim through it. It says health experts have expressed concern for the readiness of the United States to handle a widespread outbreak of the Santa virus. After it was revealed a number of passengers have returned to the U.S. after disembarking a cruise ship before they realized a contagious and deadly disease was circulating on board. So it's already people this been on the cruise ship. They're already in here in America. Already.
Yeah, pretty much.
Already, before they even was able to get in I guess you could say quarantine and do all the particular procedures to prevent the outbreak, it's already in America, right? Now let me see if it has any more on here.
Yep.
It don't really have too much on here.
Yep. Then on top of that, I'm looking at it. Santa virus, it's incurable as of right now, right? So you know what that means? Was not the C-19 incurable at some point?
Yep,
Right.
exactly.
That's why they made vaccine, or the jump shot. Right. You can clearly tell that like it's probably gonna be the C-19 on steroids. Or at least we're hoping. At least
Yeah.
we're hoping for that, to be honest. Because guess what? People gonna be locked in their houses again. And then it's just gonna be a redo of it all over, but it's gonna be worse.
Yep.
Right? Like I said, Bill Gates didn't make that statement for no reason. If the last one didn't get their attention, this one will.
Yep.
And that's before any of this was like, relevant as it is right now.
Yep.
Because if it was relevant, I think I lost my train of thought. But like I said, Bill Gates, he done said this. He really done warned you that it was another one coming.
Yep.
So it's like you really even should be surprised talking about, I hope it doesn't. No, it's going to spread. They
From the
want it to
horse's
spread.
mouth. Yeah, it was from the horse's mouth, man. Hell Gates. You gotta remember, we're in the technocracy. That means the tech heads are calling the shots. Hell Gates is one of the tech heads. Him, Sam Altman. You got Jeff Bezos. And a countless I can't forget about Musk. Elon Musk. You see? And you got so many more. You got I can't think of the guy's name. You got the dude. You got the dude over Palantir. But then you got the dude that is I can't think of that nigga name. But he's into transhumanism heavy. He talks about a lot. How we could transcend the human body with technology and AI and things like that. So, those dudes at the forefront, like you said. Because you gotta think about it. Esau, we know this, man. Esau has a godlike complex, and he's we know he's on the left hand side. And what does Esau does? He mimics the right hand side. If you literally look at your left hand, it's a mimic of the right hand, right? So he mimics the right hand. So he prophesies. I remember when it was a video circulating on YouTube, and this was back when Hell Gates pretty much was talking about the biggest threat to the world is not going to be war. It's going to be a pandemic. And I think it was like 4 years later or 6 years later. Boom. A pandemic. And that was the biggest. That right there shifted the course of the world more than a lot of particular things, man. It jump-started technology. You know what I'm saying? Made it to where technology got more advanced. And it also showed the minds of the people. And it showed you the intents of the rulers and what they're really trying to do to you. Because they gave you these jump shots and things like that. But it's come to find out that the Santa virus is let me read this real quick, because brothers finna lay information in the chat, right? Come to find out that the Santa virus, it says, if somebody comment, they said the Santa virus is listed as an adverse reaction to the Crown Vic jump shot in the Pfizer data. You see? So it's a reaction. It's a reaction that the body has to it. You see? So it's this is a Santa virus. Esau already had this in the vault. The Lord had him have it in the vault. So I'm gonna see if I find a little bit more articles, because they all going to be talking about the cruise ship and how the people got away, and I think it had like a 40% fatality rate.
Yeah, mortality rate.
Yeah, mortality rate. Let me see real quick. Bear with me right quick, Akim. Oh no, it says the Santa virus mortality rates are high, typically ranging from 35 to 50%. So you have a 35 to 50% chance that the hantavirus might get your ass. You see? And this is all a part of the Lord sending the plagues upon Babylon and Great America. And but this is all moving forward to prophecy. This is all it's doing. It's just moving forward to prophecy, man. You know? Because like the priest mentioned in 2 Ezra 15, hey, the Lord said he gonna send these plagues. So unless you have another article, I'm gonna pull a couple precepts, and if we have some, you can pull them. But I'm gonna pull this. Right, this is 2 Ezra chapter 16, and verse 7. It says, "May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer," which we know who to be that strong archer, Yahweh Shah. You see? And it says, "The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?" You see? So the Lord, he is sending these particular things upon the planet Earth for his will to be done in Earth, man. He's just using Esau. Esau is just a pawn. You got to think about it. The Lord Yahweh Basham Shai is playing chess with himself. He's playing chess with himself, you see? Esau's not controlling nothing. He's not in control. He thinks he is, but he's not in control. You see? Everything that Esau's doing is what the Lord wants him to do. He's exactly what the Lord wants him to do. It ain't like, oh, this nigga Esau doing some crazy new shit. No. No, he's doing exactly what the Lord wants to do, because the Lord said it's going to be plagues. Like the priest mentioned, a pestilence, which is synonymous with pretty much plagues. We literally just got out of we just got out of a major pestilence. And, you know, of course, Esau tried to hype it up more because, you know, Esau do understand the aspect of fear and how it's going to make people to do particular things. But he got that from the prophets. Well, specifically, he got that from the Lord. That's how the Lord operates. You see? Because that's the thing that, you know, people act like after the pestilence happened, everything going back to normal. You know? Crown Vic died down. You got your 5, 6, however many damn jump shots in. You living free. And a lot of people are getting fucked up from them jump shots anyways, man. Dying, having certain things wrong with their body that wasn't before. And this is one of them right here, the hantavirus. You see? Because they say it's transmittable to human. They keep saying, I can't necessarily see it exactly, but I know it's transmittable to human. You know, they said the strand is transmittable to humans. Let me see right quick.
Yeah, it is. Because I'm looking at an article right now.
Oh, it's the Andy. It says the Andes gyrus is the only hantavirus strain known to spread human to human. The Andes. The names are crazy.
Andes.
The Andes, you see? That's the one that's known, but that's the one that's on cruise ship. You see? Let me see. We looking. And if you got anything, let me know. Let me know, man.
Thank you. I was looking at something. I kind of lost it. Okay, I found it. Because I'm looking at this article. It says, hantavirus countdown. How long it takes for an incurable virus to kill from initial exposure to daily complications. And this is on, Newsbreak. I was looking at one part. It says the hantavirus made headlines in March of last year when it was determined to be the cause of death for Betsy Arakawa, the classical pianist married to Oscar winner Gene Hackman, right? So basically, this hantavirus is something that's been around for a minute, even since last year. Well, I'm gonna read right on top of it.
It says, while less common, infection can also occur through rodent bites, right? So it's less likely for you to get it from a rodent actually biting you,
And
right?
Jake love to eat that shit.
Yeah, that shit nasty.
Jake want to be so exotic. He want to try all these damn rodents. Possum is in a rodent family. You
Right.
see, and all this shit. You go ahead, Slack.
Yep. So as far as that, the hantavirus, it basically been around for a minute, technically, and also in this article, I think he actually said there was like no, it was no basically on the ship there was no signs of rodents being on it, so they was basically assuming that that basically the virus just sat on there and it just kind of grew and then it got on somebody, right? Because it says that it can last up to 4 days depending on its environment, probably longer. I'm trying to find that part actually. So I'm trying to find that part.
Hey, but that's the thing though. I got a scripture real quick.
Here it goes. The virus generally can live up to 4 days, but it can survive longer depending on the environment, right? So you live in that dirty ass environment. Guess what? It could live longer, right? But if you're actually taking care of yourself, it could be gone. It could be dead within 4 days. Just make sure your shit clean, pretty much. And this is just something that you can tell that Esau's probably going to just run with, right? Like I said, it made headlines last year of March, and it's just now coming back now, and now it's some deadly ass virus. Make it make sense, right? Right? But yeah, the hantavirus it says it's supposed to affect your lungs and kidneys, mainly, pretty much. So you can probably cough a lot. It also said muscle aches. Hold on, let me go. Yeah, coughing, muscle aches, fever, fatigue, headache, dizziness, shortness of breath can be pretty much. Oh, okay, now it says shortness of breath, which can be signs of you having the hantavirus. But yeah, that's all I say on that.
Yep, I'm gonna get this. This is Jeremiah chapter 25, and verse 10. This is in the NOT. It says, "I will take away your happy singing and laughter, the joyful voices of the bridegrooms and the brides will no longer be heard. Your milestones will fall silent, and the lights in your homes will go out." You see, and that's what the Lord's doing. Because, the biggest thing that Jake and people are worried about is them not being to experience the mirth that this world has to offer them. Which the word mirth, the mirth here already been dying out anyways. Everything's fucking scripted and everything's like getting more played out. Especially for us, the men of the Lord. But it's getting more played out for Jake. Jake's starting to notice it. Like me and the priest, Godal, we was just talking about earlier about, basketball and and the foul and shit and all that. You know how it is. Your brothers see it if y'all see it. It's taking away the as they call it, a man's game. But bottom line, the Lord taking the mirth from this place, man. That's what happened. He's taking the mirth from this place because it's not coincidental. Like it's on a cruise ship. So here it is. We technically in summer, but we finna approach summer. Everybody talking about summer. I can't wait to go on a cruise. I can't wait to do this. And here it is. Yeah, we just recently on a cruise, there was a virus outbreak. You see? And that was just that's the indicator right there. The Lord's like, see the mirth. The Lord's like, he's tagging the mirth. Like that shit finna be gone, man. Ain't gonna be no, cause the main people that enjoy that cruise ship too is fucking women anyways. Because you say many days and years ye women should be troubled. The other Apostle Hard and brothers, they don't go into those Isaiah 4:1 videos for no reason because the particular things happening right now, women are getting in that spirit. You already got women complaining about DL men. That just make more straight men, and that just make lesser straight men. And then on top of that just makes lesser men that really be saved because those are gonna be the men of the Lord. You see, within that, so it ain't gonna be a whole bunch of straight men. Let alone within the straight men, it's only a small portion that the Lord's gonna be taking care of. But not to stray too far on that point, but they're crucial for it's for the woman anyway. So the Lord taking that mirth away, and all those particular things. He's just taking that away. He's taking away from Babylon. Because it's coming to America. Now, when I was reading one article, it did say come to Texas. Like two people came to Texas. I don't know if it said they had it, but I thought it was kind of interesting because a lot of people been moving to Texas.
Yeah.
You see? So I thought that was interesting that always at Texas when a lot of people have been moving to Texas, man. So if you ain't got a precept or anything, we could close it out.
Nah, I didn't really have nothing. But, man, that hantavirus, man. Look out for that hantavirus.
Just, Lord willing, like I said, Lord willing, it kicks off. That's what I'm hoping, at least, that it kicks off. And, we go on lockdown again. We got to do this all over again. Because that just means, what? We're getting even closer to the kingdom. Before you know it, they're going to probably use that and be like, but instead of the vaccine, I remember messing around, it's the MOTB.
Yeah, this time around.
Put the MOTB, they have the little robots that's inside of it, come and clean up through your bloodstream or whatever thing they'll say. Or with the Neuralink or something, with the brain chip. You never know what Esau can do with it.
But yeah, you got it, bro.
That's like that shit went off. Well, it's gonna save it, but like I had cut turned off, so I didn't miss that. Could you repeat some of that or?
Yeah. And what I was saying. Yeah, I'm hoping that this hantavirus, through the powers of Yahweh Basham Shah, that it gets worse and it kicks off, right? Because you never know, Lord can use that to implement the digital system. With the MOTB or, the Neuralink, because it has a little robots that literally go into your bloodstream and can basically fuck with shit. Esau can command it to do whatever inside your stuff.
Yep.
And they can say, they can use that. If you got the hantavirus, if you take this, then you can be cured or whatever. Just like they said with the vaccine stuff.
That's what they did with Sweden, man. I remember in Sweden years ago, Sweden was like, we already conquered Crown Vic. And everybody had a damn C-hip. Well, a lot of them did. You see? So, yeah, man, that's what I had to say.
Yeah, that was it, man.
Hey, man. Hey, Lord, this is edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. We're going to end up saying, call Allah. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem HaKadosh. When they get the honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to y'all, we're going to say Shalom.
Shalom.